Here's a hypothesis on race, and I hope it's true. The idea is that Africans have more viscosity in their blood, and this is a controversial idea, but they said something about Africans having resistance to malaria, having a different shape of a blood cell. It might have been fake news. Sickle cell anemia, they called it. And it might have been about the communist hammer and sickle, and they were telling the Africans, your blood cells are shaped like a sickle. I don't know if that's true. Sickle cell anemia. And then, so Africans have different blood. And this might be a fake news idea that Africans have more viscosity in their blood. Maybe they have a larger diameter of capillaries, and that would mean fewer capillaries per cubic centimeter of brain tissue. So this is just a hypothesis. You know, Africans have more density of their muscle tissue, and they're more likely to sink in the water, and so that swimming is more difficult unless they fatten up. They have they have higher density in their muscle tissue. So what if Africans have higher viscosity in their blood? Their blood is not as like you have different types of blood. You've got the hemophiliac who has a difficulty to stop bleeding. They don't have enough of the glue, the platelets, they call them, the gluey little particles that help close a wound to stop bleeding. Well, suppose there's different density of blood, like different weights of oil. Like winter has a lighter weight of oil for use in your car in winter, and then a higher viscosity oil for use in your car in summer. So what if Africans spend a lot of time in a warm climate, so they have a higher blood viscosity like that, and then the Northern Europeans have a lower viscosity of the blood because they're in a cold climate and they want their circulation to be it's evolved to be quicker. So, well, evolved to be able to continue through chilled flesh in a cold climate. The outer flesh being chilled, like say you're a big flabby man like a walrus and you're in a northern climate, the chilled outer layer of your fat body, it still needs to have blood running through the capillaries. So the blood, let's say, is a lower viscosity for a winter climate. Okay. Now, if that's true, you might have fewer capillaries per cubic centimeter in your brain if you're a black African. So let's say you have a black African who's got a very large brain. He's mixed race, black African American and African American with Northern European genetics, and he's got a big old brain, uncharacteristic of most Africans. But does that same larger brain volume equal the equivalent? Is that larger brain volume equal to the brain volume as if he were a Northern European, or does his higher blood viscosity from his African heritage affect the rate at which the brain metabolism can function because of fewer capillaries per cubic centimeter of brain tissue? That's a hypothesis. And I hope it's true. I hope Africans are less intelligent because they're a heck of a lot stronger. So they deserve to be less intelligent. Anyway, so that's a racially, politically incorrect idea. I'll just throw that out there.